All right, welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Gabs on the mic. Now, I'm going to go back and do Unit 6 Breakout. I've never seen this one before. It's been a while since I've actually worked with the animation and games. I remember going through these and seeing the mouse events, clicked drawing lines, key events. I remember doing that, and it was a little weird going through these. So I'm going to guess that the um, Unit 6 is going to play more on that. And actually, I even skipped Unit 5. I'll have to go back and do Unit 5 after this, actually. So we're skipping ahead. We're going to do Project Breakout, baby. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. So we're going to click on the first one. We're going to see exactly what's going on and run the demo. Your goal is to assign an assignment is to create a breakout game. We will start by making the bricks. There are a number of rows and number of bricks per row. Where you should write everything in terms of these constants. Okay, so we're going to create two variables, it seems, which is number of rows, specifications. The first two rows are red, and then the next two are orange. Then the next two are green, and then the next two are blue. And the same pattern repeats for 9 rows. And okay, so we have a total of 10 total rows, hint percentage. I think what they're trying to say is what we are going to do is we are going to get the width of the entire screen. Then we are going to divide by 10. Modulus? Wait, that's a modulus. So I'm not entirely sure where the modulus is going to happen on this one. Our solution is about 50 lines of code, and we use 4 different helper functions to break down the problem. We struck. Whoa. How can you break down the problem of drawing all the... Okay, so I have a feeling this one's just going to take us time for the first video on this. Oh, wow. This is what they give us? Variable... Oh, wow, they actually give us variable space for bricks. Get width of it. There we go, right? Minus number of bricks per row plus 1. Bricks per row. 10 plus 1. 11 times brick spacing. 22. Get width minus... That's a weird way to do that. Well, whatever they got. Constants for that. What if I click run? Nothing happens. Okay. So, wow, there's just so much going on here. Variable. This top offset is 10. Vic spacing equals 2. Number of bricks per row. There's a brick height. Space for brick. There's a brick. Space for bricks. It's right here. By number of bricks per row. 10. The total space divided 10 is the width of the brick. Okay, so what by the bricks? Okay, going to specify. So, okay, so let's go ahead. So maybe we need to. They said they have 4 different helper functions. So maybe it's the first one that comes to mind is create a brick. Maybe that's something that needs to happen. And then maybe we need to draw place bricks in a row. A B. And then that's me. It's weird when they actually are giving us variables and we have to know how to use that. Same pattern repeats for 9 rows and up. So create. Okay, so the modulus is going to be for what you call it? Determining when to change the color. Now, because we can't do things like I'm sorry. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For same pattern repeats for 9 rows and up. Okay, so what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to create this code so that way it does the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, well, here's the thing. We could do a for function for 1 through 8. If for I equals 1 all the way through I is less than 9, blah, blah, blah. We could say if I is 1 or if I is 2, or if I is less than 3, you make it red. If I is greater than 3 is less than that, right? We could say I is this numbers, do red. If I is this, if I is this. So we could actually have 4 if functions. And then it runs through that loop, and then it actually uses the same code on repeat. And like it'll like make those bricks and then color them. But what it needs to do is it needs to set a brick down with some spacing, and it looks like there's a little bit of margin in there, right? Like these are margins, so it's gonna actually have to create this brick at a certain spot, whatever the margin is of that, and then it's gonna have to create the next brick at the end of that brick, plus its margin, whatever that is. So what's gonna have to happen is it's gonna have an X position to do this, plus the length of the brick. Okay, so these are like little notes I'm gonna write on this one actually. When placing bricks in a row, when placing bricks, we're going to say X position equals brick width plus brick margin. Which one is width? Brick. Okay, so that's actually this one right here. This is the, and it actually says brick width. So let's actually do that right here. Let's put this in here. Control C, and then Control V. And then is there a brick margin? Brick margin is space for bricks. Is that what that is? Space for bricks? But they have brick spacing. What's the difference between brick spacing and space for bricks? Oh my god, it's the width of it minus bricks per row. It's 1 times 11 brick spacing. I know what number. I know what this is. I know why they're doing +1. Right? They're doing +1 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 brick spacings, right? Times 2. So that actually tells you that, like, this is how much space there is for bricks, right? This is basically total window minus total white gaps, right? Let's put that in there. Now, that actually means brick spacing is what we're going to use here. I'm just putting code together as I realize what is going on. It's new X position. Let's do this. It's next X position. Next, right, for brick will be at that. Okay. So let's see. We are going to create a brick. Let's see. How are we doing modular? I don't know yet. So what we want to do is create a row of a singular color function. Let's do that. Let's just go ahead and dive in. Let's see what we got. Function, create row bricks. Create row of bricks. This, and we're going to here go ahead and end that function. Okay, so how do we do this? So we actually have to let's see. These bricks are actually rectangles. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Tab it over. Let's look at where's our rectangles? Here. Okay, so to make a rectangle, let's go ahead and do this. Let's copy some code over, and variable rectangle equals new rectangle, and that would be of width and height. So what's our variable? What's our brick width? Well, that's our brick height right there. That's our brick height. What's our brick width? Right there. Cool. They've already actually done most of the hard work for us, honestly. It set its position. Okay, this is where it's going to be X position and Y position, right? So let's just go ahead and let's write X, Y position and X position. I don't even know if this code's going to stay the same, but we're just going to go ahead and say that that's what it is. So it's first X position, actually variable X position. Ooh, this is interesting because it's going to have to change. Okay, so yeah. Um, wow, interesting. So I already see what's going on. So if I create its X position, I can actually so actually we can actually do this, but um we need to note that its Y position will update when creating a new column or a new a new row. And so that's actually going to be very interesting, right? Because well, I don't know how we're going to do that. Just so let's go ahead and oh man. And here's the thing, its color will be updated in the lines as well. So what if we just leave this as color X position, Y position? What if we don't define if we define it in here, it's gonna be the same for every time we call it, it's gonna be the exact same. What we want to do is we want to specify see, but here's the thing, we don't really have to specify well, okay, we do want to specify its Y position, and we do want to specify its color, right? Colored out. We don't know its color, so we're going to make that. Okay, so but its X position. No, it's a no. This is gonna be inside of a loop. Will be inside of a loop where that loop will change its X, Y, and color and draw the brick using this function at that location. Okay, so actually, we're not going to actually create row of bricks. We're actually just going to create a brick. So actually, we're going to create a brick, and that brick will be created at a certain X position, Y position, and color. And this, see, just as I think about it, everything will have to be changed and updated as we create this, right? Oh, color. And then we should probably add the rectangle. Here. Cool. Cool. So we got one function down. Oddly enough, it wasn't that hard. So now what we need to do is place the bricks in a row. Huh. This is interesting. Um, we have to place first brick at the brick margin. Well, actually, we call that brick spacing. I call it the margin. It's called the spacing. Then we update next x position. Oh, why? Oh, yeah. And then update next x position. Cool. Think about this for a second. So let's just go ahead and let's do that, right? So let's just, do what we know. Variable x position. That's yeah, x position. S because I have it capitalized. Equals what's our brick spacing? Well, let's just say brick spacing. Because if that changes, then the rest of it changes, right? Because what if I want more bricks per row? What if I want there to be different offset? What if I didn't want for a number of rows? So whatever it is, I just want it to be related to that brick spacing in the future. Okay. So then what we're going to want to do is x position now equals this right here. Cool. Now that's going to update. So I need to add those bricks, right? So for I said I equals 0, but it's going to be the number of bricks per row, right? So for variable I equals 0. Where is my? I always have to look back. I'm learning so many different languages right now. It is insane. I'll use slightly different count. How many bricks? I'll use different things, different notations. I plus plus. There's a lot of it that's the same though. Cool. For that, we are going to create a brick. Right, so we actually have to create a brick of X position, Y position, and color. Oh. Okay. Place bricks in a row. So this is a function actually. So draw create row. Next one. Cool. Let's just give her some space. That's just aesthetically unpleasing here. Boom. Because I need all three of those. Its X position is here. What's its Y position at? Its Y position is going to be this is tough. Oh man. I need to write a note here. Y position will have to be outside this function, but the same throughout this for loop. So because the Y position is going to have to update. So what I think what needs to happen is we're going to create the row and we're going to specify its Y position. And we should also no, I think the only thing we need to do is specify its Y position, because we can actually dictate its color depending upon what row we're in. But we actually no, we're just creating the row. We're not actually we don't have the color yet. We need to have a function that determines the color and returns the color that we are going to use, right? But if we can actually create a function in here, oh man, I see why they've made so many functions. Holy crap. Okay, so we need actually in here function color function generator. And it's gonna call it, right? So oh man. Wow. So um we have to define its color. How are we going to define its color? Let's go ahead and figure out. Well, let's do that. So this code isn't done now, right? We're placing. Actually, let's just go ahead and do that, right? We're going to create those bricks. We're gonna give it an X position, which is up here. Okay, so actually, what we need to do is take that code, exit out, and actually drop that down here and put it in here, because we need to update its X position. It needs to loop inside of this. Its X position needs to change, but its Y position won't. So this Y position will be given when we call upon the create row function. And I believe that that's all we got to do, with noting that we still haven't actually finished this, because we don't have Y position, we don't have a color function generator. Let's just call it color generator. And that, what do we need to know? Create something called create bricks. Just do it. And that create bricks is going. I don't even know yet. I don't even know where to start. Actually, we're just creating different lines of code. Okay, so we've created. Okay, I think this function's good right here. I think that was good. We've created a row of a singular color. We have when we call upon the function create bricks, we have to define its X position, its Y position, its color. We said, all right, now that we've created a singular brick, if given its X position and Y position and color, we can create the entire row. And I said, we're going to, since that row, they will always have, the X position won't change, right? In terms from row to row to row to row to row, they always have the exact same X, but they're all going to have different Y positions. So I put the X position in here, and then we're going to define what its Y position is. And then how about this? Function create columns. Or right. I'm actually getting my mind's going different places, right? I think I need these two. I know I need these two. Which one do I want to do first? The color generator or the create column? So, if how are we gonna do the rows, right? I like I said before, I think if it's like if um row 1 or 2 color equals red, uh, right? So and then dot 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 if row 7 or 8 color equals I don't remember what it's red, orange, green, then blue. Okay, now so what we have to do is we have to return what the color of this is. So our color generator. Okay, so return. How are we going to do this? And they have to talk to each other, right? Color function generator. Which in this case we just called it color generator. We don't know which row it's going to be on. Um, so we actually need to know what its current row is. So what? Okay, so we need to know current row. I think, and then we need to somewhere in this code we're going to call up this function create row. Maybe I need to start here, right? Create the column. So um, create columns. Right. So what we actually have to do is for I variable I equals 0, right? Wait a second. Let's just do this. Already got this. Not that. We have to do 8, right? Number of rows. No, no, no. Number of rows on this one. Just get some space in here so I can see what I'm doing. For number of rows, right? What we're going to do, and let me just write some code here. Pseudocode. What we need to do is we need to call upon the create row function, draw a row for that variable I. So we can say variable row, current row, equals I. Wait a second. I plus 1. Because if it starts it. and then it will call upon the create row given its Y position and its, I'm seeing this code come together, current row. And then it needs to actually update its Y position, right? So its new Y position will equal. Oh, you know what? I need to find its original Y position up here, just like how I did up here. It's variable Y position, right? Equals how far down does it go? Brick top. I'm guessing it's going to be brick top offset. It's new one. It's got to be brick height, right? So if we look at that code, it's going to be brick height plus its spacing, right? So it's actually the same thing. It's brick height plus spacing. Because I think the spacing's the same no matter what. The spacing is the same all around it. This is the height of the brick. To update that Y position. Excellent. Cool. It's going to create the row. Current row. It's going to, oh man, this code is coming so close together. Like, I can feel it. I can really feel it. Cool. So then when we go back to here, it's current row, color generator of the current row. So now that variable will be put in here. If 1, 2, we need to set the color, right? If I equals, if I is greater than 0, how do I do? Oh God, I forgot how to do. and and I is less than 3. Oh, else if this is okay, and that would be I is greater than 2 and less than 5. So we're just gonna go now to 7. Just gonna keep adding 2 to everything. Right, plus 2 plus 2. The next one's gonna be 6, and then the next one's 9. 6, and then let's get some spacing in there. We're going to set the color of the rectangle. Oh. See, create bricks. And it's going to create the bricks given this, but it actually has to return a value, a color. That color is going to be put into here. So it's going to return, and then remember when we do colors, it has to return color dot blue. So what we're going to do is return. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Return color dot blue. I mean, I'm just going to guess that that's what we're doing. We'll go ahead and copy and paste that. But that's not the end, right? So the first one is red, orange, green, blue. Red, orange, green, blue. Okay, cool. So, my God. Oh, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. What am I missing? Color generator. Um, God, what am I missing? Current row? Is that what I'm missing? Oh no. Current row? Yeah? Oh boy. I don't know. Because it needs an input. That's what I put here for the input, right? Oh, maybe? Oh God. Oh. And I'm missing something here. Create columns. Oh no. What am I missing? What input? Um, um current. How do I know what current? Oh, it tells me right here. I don't know where the modulus is being used. The same pattern repeats for 9 rows. Rows 9 and up. No. Um, Wait, if I'm on row 9, that doesn't fall between it. Oh my God. Okay, so. Oh, this is. Oh my God. Okay, well, where are we at? Where are we at? Number of rows. It's 8. Let's. What's the one that calls? It does. If I say create bricks, it's not. It's just gonna do that. Um, Create columns. Create columns. Is that it? I know I've got some errors in here somewhere. Yep. I've got some errors somewhere. Well, it did the first brick, but it didn't place the next brick at the next spot. It looks like they're all placing it. It looks like they're all being placed at the same exact spot. So it doesn't look like it's updating its position. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Because it's always the exact same. Yeah, it's gotta. Man, I'm so dumb. Oh my God. Nice. Well, they're all red. Why are they? Okay, so now where's the next error in the code? Well, I'm so happy that that worked. That was a lot of work. But now what's not happening is it's not updating current row, right? It's saying that everything is red. And I'm not entirely sure why that is. So what is happening for it that the current row, create row, current row, it's gonna create that row at that Y position with that current row. If this is, let's say this is 3 for variable I equals 1, I equals 3, so this is I is 2. Oh. current row. Nowhere in here do I have current row. It's just returning the color red, the very first thing it comes across. Variable current row equals I. Nothing. Let's do place them. I don't like that there's all these eyes everywhere. Let's do that. Ah! I knew it! Cool. Wow, we did it. Awesome. Yeah. Palette color. So, now that actually was quite a bit of work. Just for that one. But I'm not done. Because I want it to be so that way once it hits 9, like the code resets, right? So like once my row hits 9, like if it goes like it needs to reset, right? And it needs to go back through the loop. I wonder if there's a pattern I can use. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If well, no, because if it's divisible by 4, it's divisible by if it's divisible by 2, it's divisible by 4. So what if like every time it hits a multiple of 9, it resets? Would I do that? Let's look up what modulus is. Where's modulus in here? Modulus is a remainder. Let's see. Let's see. What if I do something where it gives me a remainder of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? It gives me a remainder of that. So let's see. Is it divisible by 1? Let's say it gives me 9. Divisible by 9 would be remainder of 0. 10 divided by 9 would be 1. 11 divided by 9 would be 2. The remainder of 2. So I need to play with that up here. Current row divisible by a number. Current row equals current row divisible by what? Okay, so let's say current row is 1. 1 divided by 9. I don't know. Let's do 9. Let's just see what happens. Nothing happens. I did it. Give me a minute. Do 8. Reference is 16. Color. I'm gonna have to come back to this. I'm gonna go ahead and save it for now. I don't think. See that used anywhere else other than there. Current row for I, and it just changes the current row. And then all that does, come back up here. So let's say it was 9. 9 equals 9 divided by 9, which is 0. And that's the issue. Greater than or equal 0. Yes. Interesting. So it's not 9. It looks like we have one extra. That's one. By 9. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 9. Oh, okay, so row 9. Yes, row 10, let's row 11. Do these all have to be equal to? Let's just do this. Let's just do. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Greater than 2, because it's 3 or 4. There's something with math here. Okay, so if it's 9 divisible by 9 is 0. Right? These are all going to be 0, 1, 2. This is the issue here. It needs to be 8. Because if it's 9, if it's divisible, yeah, it needs to be 8. Divisible by 8. Oh man, getting the same thing. There's something interesting in this one. Okay, it has to do with that. What is the trick? Ah, I got it. I got it. If current row is greater than 8, then the current row equals that. change these up. Let's do. Exactly. Because 8 divided by 8. Okay, so else if current row equals 0, some bullshit code. What? What? No. No. Oh. Yes! Oh, please. Let me add another 24. Yes! Great. Got it. Excellent. Save it. Submit it. Continue. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We are at 51 minutes for that one. That was actually not bad. We will do the next one another time, ladies and gentlemen. You take care.